Hello everyone, in this video we will briefly present our HRI 2022 late-breaking report, where we analyzed, as the title already says, the perception of power and social distance in human-human compared to human-robot role-based relations. We conducted an online between-subject design questionnaire in order to collect evaluations of power and distance for different relationships based on roles and spaces. These two variables have been found to influence politeness and can be seen as forming the relationship between a speaker and a hearer. We define these variables based on Brown and Levinson as power of a listener over a speaker and the social distance between interlocutors. For example, a person is probably more indirect to someone with high power over them, for example their boss, compared to someone with no power over them, for example a friend. Politeness research in HRI has found that the distance between a user and a robot is mostly described as task-based, and that the power between a human and a machine is perceived as unbalanced. The relationships for each condition for which participants evaluated their power and distance can be found in the table on the right. Participants were asked questions on power and distance for each relationship, either with a human-human or a comparable human-robot relation. An example of a human-robot question can be seen in the picture on the left. Our detailed results can best be seen in Figure 2 of our paper. The graph maps participants' median responses for each relationship based on power on the epsilon axis and distance on the x-axis. As an example, participants evaluated the human-human relation between long-time colleagues with low power and small distance. This can be compared with the relation to a new colleague. As can be seen, distance was evaluated to be larger, and there even is a power imbalance. In the human-robot condition, on the other hand, participants evaluated the human to have a larger distance and a relatively high power over the robot that is a long-time colleague. When the robot was presented as a new colleague, the difference was even more pronounced. In this way, we were able to compare the different evaluations of power and distance between different human-human and human-robot relationships. Overall, we found that participants evaluated the power of a human to be generally higher over a robot than over another human, and that users are perceived to be more distant to a robot compared to another human. In conclusion, we found further evidence for the power imbalance in HRI and the mostly task-based view of robots. Our research can therefore be seen as a basis for further politeness research in HRI. It presents a simple methodology for power and distance assessment, being a basis for relationship influence assessment on politeness strategies. More details can be found in our paper, and please don't hesitate to get in touch in case of any questions. Thank you for your attention.